right, ladies and gents, the news has come out. We are the Critic Corp. I'm Jordy. This is Eric. Henry Cavill is out as Superman. He will no longer be our Superman, but it does look like James Gunn is going to be writing the new movie. And it looks like he also announced that they do have a DC slate ready to go that they're really excited about. And they're going to be announcing the first projects at the beginning of this year coming up.
I knew that he was going to be killed as Superman, considering that James Gunn took over.
It was after they shot everything with Black Adam.
It just does make me upset that they wasted all the time bringing him back and everything, and all the extra money that they put into the universe. But at the same time, I get it. I think they could have kept this one kind of going, but I get why they would want to kill it. I do think with James Gunn being in charge, all the projects that aren't already like a James Gunn project or story that's in line is going to pretty much be shut down. Because the Suicide Squad is going to kind of keep going, I feel like.
We'll see, man.
If they kill the Suicide Squad or Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, then I would be so shocked, because that's one of the biggest money makers. I could easily see them doing a Harley Ivy thing with her.
The only thing is, the last Suicide Squad didn't really make that much money. I think it lost money, to be honest, because everybody had the sour taste in their mouth from the first one.
It wasn't the same flavor as before too. It was definitely more out of the box, considering James Gunn does pull from those characters people aren't fully aware of. But that's one of the things you and I talked about before. We love that, because there's the Batman universe and there's the DC universe is so wildly large. What is this?
This is Henry Cavill's statement.
Oh, just had a meeting with James Gunn. Sad news.
Yeah, it's official.
Superman is still around, but yeah, James Gunn's Superman being around kind of makes me nervous, because I just see the kind of movies that he creates, and I don't think a Superman movie that he would make the most sense. I don't see the vibe meshing the same way.
It doesn't say he's directing. It just says he's writing, and he is a fantastic writer.
I'm not denying that, but I see a lot of his movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff. It's the Suicide Squad, his Peacemaker series.
Let me see if I can find his writing credits real quick.
I just don't feel like those fit the same vibe as a Superman movie would.
That's all. Not the same vibe, no, because he is more known to be on the raunchier side and stuff. But the guy made you care about a raccoon. The guy made you care about a walking tree.
But he goes for the funnier side of things.
He does.
So Superman being on the funnier side of things won't really, I don't know if that'll really make sense. I mean, I don't think that's exactly where it'll be taken, but I always see that that's a familiarity with James Gunn and his superhero movies. So or not all movies, productions, because Peacemaker was a movie.
The thing with me is James Gunn also seems like he's definitely a comic book nerd,
absolutely
comic book store. So I feel like he also does know he can't always go to that shtick. He knows he's going to have to branch out and do other things, which obviously they have the faith in him to do if they promoted him to CEO of DC.
I would hope that he knows. You can't expect everyone to have common intelligence.
I mean, they promoted him to co-CEO of the entire DC studios. And Kevin
how many times in our workplace did we see people get promoted that don't belong being promoted?
Well, Kevin Feige even had promoted him to being in charge of the entire cosmic section of Marvel until obviously the whole thing with him happened with Marvel, and he ended up going to DC eventually.
Yeah, that's because Marvel was stupid.
Yeah, they were too quick to jump the gun.
Oof, oof. We're getting old if we're starting to do that.
Ooh, ooh, that was a spicy one. Um, but I'm stoked about the DC universe going forward, just because I feel like there was just this sour taste in everybody's mouth left over from like BVS, Suicide Squad,
The
uh,
original Justice League.
the original Justice League. Like just those characters coming back was gonna always leave that like lingering taste. I feel like a complete reboot, like look at the Batman, nothing to do with the DC universe, and people
He
accept.
is keeping that universe.
Thank God, because I like that being separate from the actual DC universe. I think it's its own thing. It's
But you
got.
said they're going to keep the Joker too, right?
I mean,
With Joaquin Phoenix.
they're doing a second one, but it's more a musical, so I think people will be able to get the difference between that.
I'm just.
But I did hear the Batman Beyond was going to be set in the present day. So I think they saved us.
It still could have been pretty decent.
It would have to be the future, bro. That that's one of the appealing parts of having Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
It needs to be in the future, like a Blade Runner type setting. That
I
when
don't know.
I
If he's
heard
going
that,
to kill everything, though, he's got to kill, like, his Suicide Squad series. And he would have to kill, like, his Peacemaker series, if you think about it.
the
Considering that that goes with Batman that he's killing from that universe with Henry Cavill's Superman.
I feel like they could retcon with a lot of things because Peacemaker, let's be honest, he's never going to be in a Justice League movie or anything. So you
No,
could hypothetically just the only thing really that tied the two together was that last scene of Peacemaker, which you could just
Amanda Waller, though.
Amanda Waller, yeah, but I feel like overall we could. Those are all side characters at the end of the day. You could have them return and nobody would blink an eye. I'm talking about the big characters.
Very true. I don't know. I'm just saying it's going to be kind of like strange to cut certain characters from a universe but keep others. That's where I think it's just going to be weird. They're going to have to be very surgical with how they do it. Otherwise, it's going to look choppy and like stupid.
Oh, absolutely. I just have faith in James Gunn because it does sound like they're actually confident in their vision going forward.
That
And
they have a plan for once. Do something with picking a character. If we're going to have Pattinson, keep Pattinson for the next decade. All right? Do what they did with Iron Man and Robert Downey Jr. Build a world around that man.
I don't know. I want to keep Pattinson separate.
Bro, build a world around him. I don't care that we had two Iron Man movies
I
before
don't
any.
I don't know about you. I don't want a Superman in. Well, I mean, I could see Superman kind of in that universe, but I want it to be like a more grounded, realistic one, like how they had.
Yeah, I'm fully respecting like if it's a distant Superman to where like we don't see them like interfering with their lives very often at first. Like they're just doing their own thing and they at least acknowledge the existence of each other. That's fine.
You know what I hope they do?
Hmm.
And I think James Gunn might be crazy enough to do this. Start off with a Justice League movie. Just right off the bat. Don't even build up to it. Just like maybe like towards the beginning of the Justice League, but everybody knows them. Everybody knows all the characters at this point. You got a head start. You don't have to reintroduce or do the origin for
That
all.
would be such a miss.
I think it would be a good idea, like a
You
young.
have zero emotional. If you have a recast Justice League, you have zero emotional connection to any of these characters.
Oh, and how many characters were in Guardians of the Galaxy? And how many did you emotionally get tied to by the end of that movie?
I'm just saying, bro,
I'm just saying,
to for
Suicide
them to
Squad.
start off that universe with the Justice League, it wasn't started off with the Guardians. We started off space with Thor and everything else, okay?
I don't think they need to build to it. I think they could easily just start off with the Justice League.
No, I think if we wanted to do it right and we actually did like
They don't have to follow the Marvel blueprint is the
I
thing.
no, I don't think it needs to be like exactly like a Marvel blueprint. But I think if they did a setup like they did at the Marvel, it would be smart, considering that they kept a consistent casting.
I'm just
Besides
saying,
Brody.
if there's somebody to do it, it would be James Gunn. I mean, look at the new Suicide Squad. How many characters did that have? And we got emotionally attached to Polka Dot Man, Ratcatcher, and fucking Weasel.
Nah, Weasel was just funny as fuck. I wasn't emotionally attached to that guy.
King Shark.
King Shark was great though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if there's somebody to pull
But
it off, it would be James Gunn.
I mean, I get where you're coming from with it. It's just it will be a challenge. I will say that much only because of the writing style that he has shown in his hero like cinematography and shit.
Mhm.
It doesn't fit the bill as what I could see with like the Superman that I would want to be in Pattinson's universe. Like that kind of like hard Superman.
I don't think we're gonna get a hard Superman. I think we might go to a little bit like lighter than what Henry Cavill would be.
Dude, I think if James Gunn is making Superman, it's gonna be soft.
I don't think it'll be soft, but I don't think we're gonna see the Man of Steel Zack Snyder type bat or
We
Superman.
will we won't see Man of Steel. Like we're not gonna get that big and bold like S on the chest. If anything, I think we'll see like what is which Superman am I thinking of? I think we'll
I
go
mean,
like
he posted a photo on social media the other day. It might have been a few weeks ago at this point. It was captioned "Making Plans" and it had "Kingdom Come." The cover of that on there, the Alex Cross art, and it had the black background Superman logo, and it looked beautiful.
mm, I'll I'll see what happens. You know, I'm obviously gonna go see the movie when it comes out, but I will I'll hold my judgments aside until I see like a trailer at this point.
Yeah, no, and we
Because
don't
we're
even
not gonna know what it's gonna look like.
I was gonna say we don't even know what we're getting yet. We're gonna find out
Exactly.
early next year. Um, but I think that's it for this story. Henry Cavill's out. James Gunn's doing a new Superman movie. What do you guys think? Is the DC looking good going forward? Is it in jeopardy? Who knows? We will
Are
find out.
you pissed about Henry? We want to know. I'm sad. We just got our Man of Steel back. Let us know in those comments. We want to know if you're sad too.
Like and subscribe. Support the court.
Support the corp, y'all. Have a good one.